Hi guys, it's Crafty Creations 982. Today I'm going to do a video on if you're beginning with clay or you've done clay for a while, then you would know that clay tools are actually really expensive and sometimes kind of hard to find. So I'm going to show you other tools that you can use if you don't have the regular clay tools. So the first tool I have here is just this little texturing tool that is made for clay. And if you don't have this or can't find it where you live, I'm going to show you a lot of things that you can use instead. You could use a toothbrush, a stiff old paintbrush, a fork, a toothpaste cap, one of these little butter knife cutters, a regular butter knife, a little plastic one that you can get from drive-thrus, and you can even use an eyebrow comb. So I'm going to show you how these work. If you don't have something like a clay conditioning machine or a pasta machine, then I'm going to show you what you can use otherwise. So if you don't have that, then you can use just an empty cinnamon container. And this is just the cinnamon from Trader Joe's. And seriously, you can just use a empty, like a really heavy duty glass container. Or if you don't have the acrylic roller, then you can use something like a really sturdy plastic container. And you can roll it out as thin or as thick as you want. So if you don't have something like TLS, which is translucent liquid Sculpey, or something like, let me just grab this, it's liquid poly clay, then you can just use something like vegetable oil to dye down your clay. So say if you didn't have glitter at your house or just didn't really have enough money to buy it, you could just make your own glitter. And really all you have to do is, so to make your glitter, what you're going to need is some salt. This is just a big thing of Morton salt and some type of food coloring. And the food coloring I'm using is Gel Food Coloring by Betty Crocker, and it's just the neon. And I'm just going to use a little cupcake thing to mix. So my glitter just came out of the oven, and I'm really excited for the first time I put it in my jar. And this purple glitter did not turn out very beautiful. So using a lot of glitter, I mean a lot A lot of food coloring makes it like that. A little bit more gritty, and using a little bit makes it more fine. Now I'm going to show you some dotting tools. So these are dotting tools, and these are pretty expensive. So if you don't have the money or the time to go out to the store and get dotting tools, then I'm going to tell you how to make one. And the first way is just to get a toothpick, get some nail polish, dip the toothpick in the nail polish, let that dry. Keep dipping it in until you get a nice round end like that. Or you could also use the back of a paintbrush, a pen, a pencil, or even a toothpick that does not have any nail polish on it. And I'm about to show you now. I'm going to show you. Now you can also use a Q-tip as a dotting tool. So first I'm going to show you the toothpick method. That you can have. This is called a needle tool, and it's actually at the end of another tool. So if you don't have this, you could use something like a toothpick. It has about the same effect, and I'm just going to get this piece of clay that I rolled out. So if you don't have something like a glaze, like Sculpey satin glaze or Sculpey gloss glaze, or really any kind of glaze, you can just use a nail polish. Now here's another tip. If you have white clay and you want to make it like maybe a different color, and you don't, say if you wanted to make it like a lighter yellow color or whatever, and if you didn't have like yellow clay, you could add some pastel to it or some yellow chalk. So that's just another tip. And I also forgot to mention, if you want like a little bit more texture, what you can do is get your toothpick and break it in half. You just get your toothpick and break your toothpick in half, really roughly. Then this is just another bit of little texture. And here's a piece of clay. And I really quickly roll it out. Now, if your clay kind of tears when you pull it apart, and it makes kind of little cracks like that. I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit, sorry. And it makes little cracks like that. And this one doesn't make that many because it's actually a pretty moist clay. So let me get this other clay. So if you pull it apart and it just has little cracks and stuff, really all you have to do is get a clay softener and your finger and kind of smooth them out. Like that. Alright, so the last couple tips I have are, I'm going to quickly roll out this clay. Alright, so I just rolled out the clay. And another tip I have is you could use a container as a cookie cutter if you don't have clay cookie cutters. See? You could easily use one of those for like cake stacking. So yeah, there we go. So if you don't have acrylic paint or just some paint, you can use, when your clay are So also as cookie cutters, you can use a top to a container. This is just a glass container, caps, and just caps to different things to make various shapes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had such a fun time making this video, and I really hope it was helpful. And I'm probably going to make a part 2 because I just had so much fun doing this. So tell me if this was helpful, and thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.